Hello and welcome to the Arduboy dev stream, the part 80. Um, okay, so today we will do some minor fix, I think, or minor improvement to the editor. So what I've done outside of the stream is do an optimization that I mentioned before, which was kind of a big one. I mean, big move. But yeah, as I told you, we really reached again the maximum limit of program. Uh, so I went to to the really radical solution, which is change the y coordinate from int to unsigned char, and hopefully we didn't create bugs. So um, let me show you what I've done. That's it's a huge change. Um, just a minute, please. Okay, log is here. So basically here from the item class, I changed the y to unsigned char, and same for this. And so then I change all the function that was giving a y parameter world coordinate. So all the function that use a int as a y, I replace it by unsigned char. So obviously all the item has been modified, and then in the map manager also change it here. But obviously I cannot change the x because x it's greater than 255, as I was mentioning in my previous video. The y we can do it. We can move it to unsigned char because each screen is 64 pixels. So if you have a 4 screen like this one, then it's 256, which means that will create a constraint, which is I cannot have more than 4 puzzle screen vertically. But I didn't change horizontally, because horizontally each screen is 128, which means if we have 2, you already reached 256, sorry. So we have to keep our x coordinate as an int in order to be able to handle those levels here. And that means if you want to create a new levels, you can create more here, but you are still constrained vertically. But I think it's reasonable to have 4 screen vertically, and it was anyway necessary because I reached the limit maximum, and I could not find another code to optimize. So, and we still needed some few bytes to probably fix some small bugs and also tune some levels. So yeah, that's what I did. So I will not show you all the change. Obviously, they are very boring change, like changing int to unsigned char. Mostly do that, right? And the result is when you compile, now the memory is 28 to 96, which is yeah, we gain 2%, which will be enough to, I think, fix the last remaining bugs. This optimization was is a bit scary. Could be a bit scary because we could create some bugs, especially in the limit, like especially if you go around here. If there's any Y going above 256, then it will reboot to 0 here, overflow to 0. So that's a bit scary. I tried to check the code while I was doing this change. I was checking the code. Is can this number overflow? Is it dramatic? Is it critical or not? And in very few cases, I think in the map manager, I keep a temporary int to handle it. But I played the game after the change. I played the game. It seems to work as before. I was also a bit concerned about the physics code that when you die and you have a parabolic trajectory. So I tried to die in the last screen here to see what happens if you go under. It seems to be okay. It seems to be okay. So I don't know. Um, but we may have some bugs appearing, right? After this optimization, I've done some little change. Like I can show you. No, I cannot show you its change in this level, which I didn't show. I made it even harder. I thought some was, especially this level was in the top was too easy, so I make it harder because I had room for adding more items in the level. Um, all right. So what else did I change? I think we have done that. The yeah. So that's the modification we did in the last video, and then from the last video, just level design, this big optimization, and more level design. That's it. Okay. So we if we look at our to-do list, we have one kind of bug, the main character position at the end of the game. That should be changed. And maybe these bugs we can have a look. This one I think I cannot reproduce this bug, but maybe these two bugs. And I think this one is probably not necessary. Although now that we have a little bit more program, we could do it to free up some RAM, maybe. So we'll do it at the very last. So I keep it here. But the easiest one is this one. Then I think in the editor I also want to limit the vertical puzzle screen to 4. Okay, so now that we have changed the game engine to use Enchancha, I think the editor should limit that to avoid any user creating something that will not work. So that's the probably, yeah, that well, we can do that today, I think. So probably this first and then this after. All right, so if we look at Rick here, the X position, I initialize it at 200. I put the command in, do not need to init X and Y, but except for X, we don't want to have Rick in the main menu. Okay. And basically, yeah, I think we also want to we can just shift Rick, put it outside of the screen. That's okay. So when do we want to do that? Well, basically when we switch the state. So I can't remember exactly. It's maybe in the game manager. It's So that's a start new game. That's probably go to main menu. That's probably the right place to do it. Do we have access for Rick to set? Let me search what this one is called actually. Okay. Yeah, in the update game over. And what else? In the help screen. Okay. And here in the setup, right? Yeah, in the setup of the I know. So maybe it's probably a good place. So we don't care if Rick is not at the correct position during the end screen, the victory or the game over screen. There is the you need the map manager, you need the first screen. Yeah. Or it could be in the reset of the map manager. Let me search where this one is called. So the Rick reset is for starting new game. Start new game reset was reset screen 1, reset screen 0. Yeah, I think go to main menu is probably. Because if I put it in the reset of the map manager, then I need to check which level is it. If it's level 0, if it's level 1. So I'm adding a if statement. But if I just put it in the go to main menu, I don't need to add the if statement. All right. So do we have access? Probably not. In to set the we can set the X, but so let's we can write a function for that instead of just make a set X, because it will be strange to see it. So we can just call it like move outside main menu. And move outside main menu, and in the rig CPP we can just implement that maybe after reset. So X equal 200. This function can be called to move rig character outside of the main menu, so that it is not drawn while the main menu is active. And yeah, we can call it in the game in the go to main menu, I think. Move rig out of the screen. All right, so how many bytes for that? We are 28,296. And 28308. 96308. It's 7 bytes. That's okay. That's reasonable, I think. Let's test it. Just want to test. So for testing, I will just move. Where is my? We'll just move the. Maybe I can just move also in the last screen. That's okay. I guess. Save. Let's run it. Oh. That is not cool. We can try to move it here just to see if the bug still exists. Yeah, probably it's not a good idea to spawn rig directly in the main menu. Save. Okay. Okay, that works better. Okay, almost die. And Rick is not here. Okay, that's fixed. Easy fixed, right? Let's commit this. Okay, let's commit. Move Rick outside of the main menu at the end of the game. So we have just the call of the function here. Oh no, I don't want to archive to commit the map data. Just uncheck it. It's enough. I just refactor the README and then we have this and the declaration, I think. Yeah, so just commit this. Okay. All right, so then the other bug I want, maybe we can try to fix, is to check why the sprite on the left column, why they are not mirror. They should be mirror, but normally they are checking if it's if there is a sprite on their left, but the left is outside of the screen, so maybe that's probably the reason why they are not mirror. But let's see. It's in the map manager, in the draw function. So the mirror is here. If it's this one, mirror if previous sprite ID is nothing. So because I'm drawing the sprite from left to right, and if the previous one is nothing, if there was nothing before, then I just mirror it. Yeah, because it's by default the sprite is on the it's a right, actually. It's a right wall. I don't know why I call it rock left wall. It looks more like a right wall. that's a bug in the name. But let me show you in the. Ah yes, it's a left one. Okay, it's a left. sorry. So it's a left, though it should not be mirror. So actually it should not be mirror, but it is mirror. So I guess because the previous sprite ID, okay, so the bug is the previous sprite ID is the one that we draw, the last one we draw on the screen. So which means the previous sprite ID should be reset when we reach the end of the line. Because you don't want, if you print like you print, let's I will print it for you. If you print here, that's the last sprite I print, and then I go back to the next line. This one, I don't want to compare this one with the previous one, which was here. So my previous one is should be nothing. And yeah, so that works for this. Well, this one is only for big statue anyway, and no, sorry, for stairs and rock left wall. So, and the stairs is the same. If you print it here, you don't want to be mirror. Okay, so this one is set here, memorize previous print ID. So we iterate online. For map Y, start map Y to end map Y, yeah. So I think we could just reset it here. So this one, this for loop, oh, sorry, I didn't show you. So we have two for loop, just one for the Y, and this for loop is the X. So I think after this for loop, we can just reset the current sprite idea. So this one is nothing. Reset the previous sprite ID for the next line. Okay, that should fix our bug. Let's try. No. Did I put it on the correct place? Mm-hmm. But actually it's already reset it here. So uh-huh. Ah. Yeah. So because there's nothing, then it is mirror. So that's the opposite. I want to consider the outside of the string like there is something. Okay. Okay, same kind of bug, but not the same fix. So if we initialize with the block, for example, forgot the name, let's check in the sprite data. So what about that? Ah, finally. This is not mirror. This is what we expect. And on the other side, on the right side, you can see it mirror. Which is what we want, and that easier because when we write from to the right side, then the one before last is empty, and then the last can be mirror because the one before last is empty. All right, so that was an easy fix. I think, yeah, the statue, I'm looking at the big statue. The big statue is still mirror, like the eyes and the mouth of the big statue is mirror. Yeah, so I think it's fine. Okay, let's commit this. Yeah, I told you it's very small fix. This is the end of the project. I have the feeling. It's almost the last polish, the last bug. The mirror of the left wall is not correct, the coordinate 0. Okay, so let's commit this. And commit. So still I don't want to commit the data, the map data. Okay. And what did we change? So we just changed this, nothing to something which is not nothing. And the readme. Bug fix. The left rock wall was mirror on the first column of the screen, which should not. Okay. All right, so next, what do we have? So like I said, we can leave that for very late. This bug, I think I cannot reproduce it. I didn't see it again. And then we can move to the editor. So as I said, we should limit the vertical puzzle screen. We can also do that probably. I mean, that will be safer for a user that goes very crazy on the number of items in one puzzle screen. Why not? Maybe he wants a level with not so many puzzle screen, but maybe 4 or 5 puzzle screen, but crazy amount of items. Who knows? So it should be safer if the editor exported, I think, and the redo features. Or maybe we can even try this one. Maybe we can try both. Okay, so let's do the first one. I think it should be fast to do. All right. So I think I already have a kind of limitation in the map. Should be in the map, I think. Yeah. Arduboy process screen height, no, wall, blah blah blah. Is there any limit? I think there's a limit because I cannot scroll indefinitely. But I cannot remember where the limit is set. Let's see in the scrolling. Mouse move, pan camera. Clamp coordinate inside level. It seems to be a good candidate for us. Level width 256, level height 256. Okay. So what is this coordinate? No. Level, yeah, byte. Uh, 256 divided by 32. Yeah. So I think it should be 128. Let's see. Nope. Well, still a lot actually. So it's in term. Okay, it's this one is used for the sprite. Okay, so we have 8 times 8 sprite per screen times 4. It's 32. Yeah, should be 32. How about that? Yeah, I think we got it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I cannot scroll anymore. I don't see the last line of the puzzle, by the way. Let's open. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. That's a strange bag. I can move all the item, but not the level. And the last line is not complete. That's a problem. What about this? Okay, if I move this. Okay, so there is some little improvement to do, but that's a good start. I'm checking where this is called. Draw level walls. Too close to the end. And map camera. What is strange is why the item are moving. Okay. Yeah, we are missing few pixels in the bottom also. So there's two bugs. There's the item moving and the correct calculation of the height. Only this function is called, so maybe it's in the redraw level. The map camera has been clamped, so draw level wall, draw items, use the same camera X and Y. It's really strange. I don't understand how it is possible. We have to trace it, otherwise I don't get it. I will try something. If I do this, I can still move it. Yeah, we have to trace it. So map camera 118. Or maybe this one is blocking, I don't know. $118. This one is called again. Oh, that's for the end camera. $45.32. Okay. Start camera 113. And then if we go here, 1 and 18, not 1 and 13. That's the problem. Maybe not, but I don't get this bug. Okay, I think we can try to fix the other bug first. We don't have this issue on X. X is correctly drawn, or maybe no, it's no issue on the top and the left, but maybe there's issue on the bottom and right. But right is too far. It depends on how much margin, the height of the canvas on the picture box, probably. So, the coordinate of the camera is coordinate inside, inside the level. Then when we draw it, okay, so I think the bug is in this function. We clamp it in terms of level, and then maybe we need to add one more sprite line for the end. I'm not sure, but y minus this draw sprite height plus horizontal. Okay. Yeah. Let's try that. In the clamp function. Oh, then we are outside of the array. Not good, not good. We are in the draw level. Yep. So this one is good. And then, but I don't know where I start exactly. Do I start always from 0 from one sprite? I think. Yeah, probably. let me check again the behavior. Yes, I moved. The camera is moving one sprite every time. Okay, so yeah, if the canvas size is not do not equal to one sprite, then that's a problem here at the end, because I always start from one sprite, which is not too bad actually, but yeah. So basically, that's complicated because the draw function should change. Like, if you reach the bottom, then you should draw from the bottom. Yeah, no, I think it's better to add one more, and we keep the drawing sprite by sprite. It's not a smooth move. That's what I mean for drawing the level. Okay, but it's inside the draw function. So we can start from the certain y. Okay, so basically it's the start that should change, but not when we are on the top. Okay. And what happens if we increase the size of the window? Okay, so yeah, you don't see it, but let me show you here in full screen. So if we increase the size of the window, then yeah, I just drew the last line, but that's it. Yeah, that's really annoying. That's really annoying, but we can make the size of the canvas of the picture box like a multiple of well, that's complicated because there's the line also. I wanted to make it multiple of the sprite ID size, and also that's a problem when you zoom in and out. So I would like to scroll a little bit more. That would be more logical, maybe easier to implement. So, but that means to scroll more, I should start one while lower than this. So how to check that? Like if the end camera is the maximum, and the start camera is not the minimum, then maybe I can decrease I can increase the start. Let's do that. If and camera Y equal level height, and start camera Y is greater than 0, then start camera Y I think it should be plus, yeah. Why I check if it's greater than 0? Because if it's 0, if it's a 0, then I don't want to shift it. I prefer to see the top rather than the bottom. Let's check if this works. Oh, yep, it works. So here, like, okay, all right, and if I increase the size of the window, I cannot scroll. Okay, I think it works. Yeah. Okay, that was not easy to find, but I think it works. So we can do the same for the X. And I want to, yeah, if I don't add this check, I will double check. If I don't add this check, then we may have a problem to display the full when the screen is too big, is big enough to display all of them. Yeah, you see there's some bug here if it's 0. So I think my test is correct. All right, so shift the camera for by 1 line if we need to draw the bottom of the level. And that should be the same for the X, and it can be done here. We only need to test one time. Level width, that's the X. If we need to draw the right of the level. Okay, so now let's think why the items are moving. Why items are moving? That's really strange, because we use the same X and Y, but this X is clamped here. X plus available sprite count. Start camera. Avoid to start drawing too close to the end. Camera X, camera Y. So there is that kind of test. Maybe that's the test that should move inside the redraw function. If max camera X equal this plus available sprite count X, which is here, which is width minus this. Well, let's use a lot of variable. So compute the number of person screen that can be displayed in the available space, and compute the number of sprite that can be drawn, that we can draw on the available space. I have the feeling we should move this into this function and give it to these two functions, so that, and I guess that will be the same problem for the puzzle path. Let's try if the puzzle path is moving also. Let's draw it. Let's move this here. And can I, yeah, the puzzle path is moving also. All right, so I think we can just safely move all this. And probably this also into this function. But I'm not sure if we need many variable. This one is used where? Here. Okay, good. This one is used where? Here, 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 here. This one is used where? Here. And this one is probably only necessary for the draw of the level. So that means I need to give this as a parameter to this function, which is fine. And should I, oh, by the way, should I clamp this one before? Nope. I think if I move it before, then it doesn't work anymore. Let's try. If I move this here, I think the last line will not be drawn. Oh, no, yeah, it's still working. I will check on the big window. Yeah, still working. Okay, so it seems to be safe. It's safe to move it. Okay. Good, good, good. So if it's safe to move it, then we can move all these code and actually I will write a function, or maybe not. So I move all this code here. Draw the various element But actually, yes, I would like to okay, so I need to give this as parameter, which is okay, and I need to give this also as parameter. So start camera and end camera. And I also need available sprite count, which is int, I guess. Yep. And then start camera, end camera, this, and that. And then here for the draw item, start camera X and start camera Y. Same for the puzzle path. Ah, yes, I think it works. We have fixed it. Okay. Okay, cool. It's fixed, and I'm wondering if we should put that in a function because it starts to be ugly in the draw. But I can get those parameters as reference, I think. Yeah, so let's do that. I don't know what the function should be called. It should be compute camera coordinate, camera limit, coordinate limits. So I need the width, a height, X and Y. Then I will give back in reference this one. Should be out. And what? Before must be assigned. Yeah, of course. Ah, yes, but I need to remove this, remove this, remove this, remove that. Okay, and then we compute the camera limit. So with height camera X, camera Y, and so I need to declare this for variable. And all right, so compute the limit of the camera coordinates. That's out parameter. And then we draw. Okay, should be the same. Let's check again. Okay, yeah, it doesn't move. It's fine. Let's draw this. All right, that works. Great, let's commit this. Not as easy as I was expecting. I thought it was just the level height that we could just tune, but it seems that no, it was much more complicated than that. So what did we change? No, I don't want to commit this. I think we can also change the readme. Limit the vertical buzzer screen to this, so this can be deleted. And the big change, so we have limited here, and I thought it was only that, but no. We had to do that. Redraw, we wrote a function here, add some extra stuff here, and then that's it. Give it in parameters. All right, so limit the level, the level canvas to 4 puzzle screen vertically, and fix a bug when the bottom limit when was reached during pan of the view in the editor. All right. Okay, so I streamed since 1 hour. Oh, we still have half an hour maybe. So yeah, we can start to do the under redo. That will be much easier. At this time, I believe it, because I've done that several times in several software. So that's pretty easy to do a under redo, actually. Really, 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 really easy. First I will, okay, so I'm correct window, yeah. So first I will add a new folder, which I call action. Then I will add a new item, a new class. Actually, class should be enough. Yeah. Which I will call action, and that's the base class. I will also add another class which is action manager. Okay, so in the action we have a public function, public which is virtual, a public virtual function which is redo or undo. Both we need both. Undo, and another one which is redo. Actually, it can be abstract one, because that's the base class. Nobody will instantiate this class. So what's that? Abstract not valid for this virtual. The modifier is not valid for this item. So if I just, oh, I need, oh yeah, it's a void. Sorry. Abstract virtual void. Okay, so we have two function. I could also make an interface by the way. So, but maybe there is some data that I want. Yeah, actually there is some data that I want to put in the action. So we just make an abstract class. I will have maybe I don't have data, but never mind. I also need another function which is virtual. It could be a virtual property also, but let's make it get name. Let's make it a function. I think it should. I forgot my naming convention. Yeah, like this. Okay. Get name. So that's not void. It's a string. Return a string. So the action will return a name. Why I need the action to return a name is to display this name into the menu of undo, redo. So in the menu you can see undo, move item, for example, or redo, move items, this kind of stuff. What is your problem with this? What do you want? Yeah, I know. I know I can make a property, but I don't want to make a property. And this, what do you want? But okay, it should be, so it's a public class, and I think it's an abstract class. I need to do that, I guess, otherwise I will have, no? The abstract method action and do cannot be marked virtual. Okay. If I just mark it, yeah, okay. All right, I'm not sure if I, do I need something else in the action? Maybe not. Constructor, no, it's abstract. Okay, then in the action manager, what do we have? So it's a public class. So it's so we have the do, or yeah, we have the do function, and it takes an action in parameters. All right, And we have the undo function, of course, public void undo, and we also have the redo function. So far, maybe you're thinking what I am doing. I'm duplicating the function, but no, actually, because the action manager will have a stack. Or we can just use a list. Sorry, a list of action, which will be the action stack that you can do and undo. So M actions, we can initialize it, that's fine. It's not supposed to be empty. And in the action, so when we do an action, we just add this action to the list. And then we should do the action, of course. So then we redo the action. Do or redo is the same for the action. There's no one do method and redo method. It's the same. Do redo is the same. So we add the action and we redo it. Okay. So now, if we want to undo it, let's write undo first. It will be easier. Of course, you cannot undo if there is nothing in the list. So of course it should be greater than 0. So what we will do is we take the last action, we undo it, and then we remove it from the undo stack. But because you may want to redo, we should not just get rid of this action. So we have to store it into another list, which is the temporary, which is all the action that we have undone and that we can potentially redo. So let's create another list. We can call it undone action. And this one, we can even rename it like done action and undone action. Okay. So the undone action, so we will add so basically let's take let's use a variable on that. Okay, so we undo the action, we add the action inside the undone action, and in the done action we should remove it. Remove add, and this one. Okay. And so that's the undo, But now in the do action, we also need to do something, which is when we do a new action, we have to clear all the undone action list, because it's like you are branching your yeah, the undo redo, you are in a stack, you can do stuff, undo stuff, redo stuff, and but if you from here you decide to do another action, then you are branching to something else. So in that case, just all the undone action are clear. We lost it. We lost all the action you have done after the branch. Or maybe like this. So when we do a new action, we clear the undone action, add the new action in the done action, do the action, redo the action, etc. All right, so for the redo, that's pretty much the same, but first, of course, we will check that we have some undone action to redo, and if yes, then the action is this one, undone action, and then what we do is this time we redo the action, then and this one is just inverse. Then we add again the action into the done action, and then we remove it from the undone action. So that's pretty simple. So as you can see, the action manager is pretty simple. It's pretty simple so far, the logic. And then we can also add some useful function, which is will be useful for the UI, which is can undo, and this is true if the done action is not empty. Okay, if we have some done action, we can undo, and same for can redo. If the undone action is not empty. All right. So yeah, I think that's it for the structure. 20 minutes. I told you that was quick. We need to instantiate this one. We can instantiate it into the main form, I think, next to the map. Action dot action manager, m action manager, new the action manager, okay, the instance of the action manager for undo redo. All right, and then what we can do now is we will create just one action, and then we'll stop the stream here, like as an example, and then later on I can create more actions. So for every action you want to create, you just add a new class, you derivate this action class. Let's see, we can probably which one we will do. like moving an item. That seems no, maybe moving is a bit difficult. Let's say delete an item, and so I forgot. It's like delete current selected item. Yeah, here. Okay, so basically the idea is to move this code inside this action class. And okay, so let's add a new class, like action, how to call it, action delete item, action delete item. Okay, that's a public class, and it will inherit from action. And then we need to implement those function, virtual function. And I forgot how to, what is the keyword? It's like to override clear a new keyword. It's new, or hide inheritance member to make the comment override. Yeah, I think it's override. And we need a constructor also, because we will store some information to keep, and this information will help to redo. So the action class will hold all the information needed to do and undo. Okay, we can just fix this one. This one is easier. We go to the property and to the resource. In the string, we can add a new string like action delete item. Delete item, or we can even if we want add some variable into it. So usually I use this character. All right, so here we can just return properties, resource, action delete item, replace the special character with the item type, and this is what we need here. We need to have a parameters defining the type of the item or the item itself. So it will be yeah, so let's write it here. We need to memorize it. So items dot item just M items, I think it should be fine. We understand what we are talking about. In the constructor here, I can give it M item equal item, memorize it, and in the get name we can ask the type item type, like we can go to string. All right, so it will display the type of item that we deleted. This one inconsistent parameter type item is less accessible than the deleted item. Okay, it should be a public class item. Okay, and now let's implement the undo redo. So again, we go to the main form here, and obviously this is the redo, but we don't know the map, so that's a little issue. We can give it as a parameter of the action if we want, or we can just make an accessor on it. But since the map belongs to the main form, I think it's better to give it to the item. So the map is map.map, I think. So we also memorize the map. And the map is not public. All right, so then this one is the item. So that's the redo, not the undo. And the undo should be adding the item, I think. So we need the type. There is no function in the add item that get an item directly, so probably we can add it to the map. So item to add, and should be this one and this one, I guess. And here we will just call it so we don't need to recreate it. So the type, okay, and which means here we just add the item. Okay, so it's looks like that basically, and for each action that we want to do and undo, we can just write a function like that, and then it will be easy to after that call the action manager undo redo. Okay, so now we need to create this class and add it. So here in the main form, we replace this line by doing some m action manager do new the action delete item, the this one, the map, and this one. Okay, so yeah, we just add into the action manager a new action, and this will be store and done because the action manager called the redo function, and then after that it can just be undone. So for testing that, I need to add some menu. So let's do that quickly, and I think we can test it. Let me compile. I think it compiles. It's 1 hour 37 minutes. 37 is, yeah, it's almost on time. All right, so the designer, the main form. So I will add a new edit menu, and here we will have undo, and here we will have redo. And we need property, we need the event for this, so that's the this one, and we'll also need this for redo. Okay, let's move this into the proper section, which is menu event. Here, let's create another section. Oops. It's not section, it's region, sorry. Region, edit menu. And we can also have one for the file menu. Well, I can even put that in this region. Oops, here. All right, so in the undo action manager, undo, and this is redo. So I probably need to redraw the level after And also maybe this one should be, so we can put that into the action. That will be safer. Otherwise I also need to do something here. But if I do that, that means I need to give access to this function. So it may crash if I try that. But anyway, let's try it. So I take an item, click it here, it's added. Then if I undo it, and it doesn't work. Command undo. Nope. Because sorry, this is the action of adding. So now I need to delete. Sorry, delete and then undo. So we didn't create the action for adding an item, but we will do it later. So okay, I selected, I delete. Oops. Then redo, undo. And yeah, here it is. So there's no redraw level. Okay, let's try again because it was not clear demo. So I take an item, add it here, then I click the cross to delete it, then I choose edit and undo, I move it again, and here it is. Let me show you on full screen so that you can have the menu. So I take this, I put it here, I click the cross, I undo it, and if I refresh the view, it's back. If I redo it, which means delete again, then it's deleted again. Okay, so yeah, that's the first implementation. We can commit that, and then after that I will improve it, but let's commit this first and stop the video here. So start to implement the undo redo of the editor. I don't want this, so in items, make it public. In the form designer, I have my new menu, edit menu. In the main form, I have the action manager and undo, redo, and create a new action for deleting an item. In the map, just public, and here create a new add item function, and the property, we add the name of the action. So I didn't display this name into the edit menu, but that's the idea. So that's the same in the resource, and then the project have a few more classes, action and action manager. All right. Okay. So thank you for watching, and yeah, next time. So that was an easy stream. Maybe we had some trouble in the middle about how to draw, limit the drawing to the four puzzle screen. But apart from that, it was quite easy. So next video, I think I will continue to implement all the action and make like for everything you can do and undo in the editor and make the full undo redo functioning. Thanks for watching and see you later. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Bye bye.